That bowl is very effective. Good morning. Welcome to this worship service of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. I am the Reverend Monica Jacobson. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve this congregation as minister. Leading worship with me today are Ariana Kirkpatrick, who's wearing two hats, both as celebrant and as Lifeline's lay minister. Flo Flores, who's telling our Time for All Ages story. Special music offered by David Yakel and Grace Curran and Barbara Stebbins-Bowes. Lori Ann Schmidt is at our tech table, and as always, Doc Hadley made our slides this morning. If you are still making your way in, come on in. Choose whatever seat looks right for you. If you are sitting near an aisle and you're willing and able to scooch in a little bit, so some aisle seats are available, please consider scooching. We have the delightful problem of needing to make sure we've opened up seats to welcome more and more folks. We gather this morning, as we always gather, whether we're in the room, whether we are joining online, we gather as a community of seekers, each and every one of us carrying questions and searching for wisdom and inspiration to help us live lives of meaning. We gather together to wonder at life's mysteries, to express our gratitude for life's gifts, and to grieve together and support each other during life's hardships. You are welcome here just as you are. Whatever beliefs sustain you, whomever you love, however you understand and express your identities, and in all the ways you are still becoming the person you will be. Will you join with me in taking a good deep breath? Feel the air come in and fill your body. Feel it go out. Know that you are here in this gathering, in this community. You are not anywhere else. That means whatever else is happening on the news, and there's always something happening on the news, whatever sale is being advertised to you in your email, whatever holiday chore is not yet complete, and believe me, my list is long, all those things will wait while we share this hour. So come, let us worship together. Please rise in body, in voice, or in spirit for our first hymn. It's the Winter Solstice Chant. If you'd like to take out a book, it's in the teal hymnal, number 1063, or you can look up here where you'll find it on the slides.
Children of the earth,
Children of the earth, autumn soon will breathe her last breath, and quick till death bear witness to winter's birth. Children of the earth, can you feel the air getting colder as earth is old and sleep covers Mother Earth? Children of the earth, we have come to sit in the darkness, breathe in the silence, think of our Mother Earth.
We have come to be here together, to gather together here. Please join me as we recite our affirmation. The words are projected here and are printed in the order of service.
Love is our doctrine. Compassion is our way. Here we seek to create a joyful home for free religious exploration, build a community of caring fellowship, nurture the hopes, and serve the needs of our world.
Winds blow, sunlight weakens, rains and sometimes snows fall. The earth is cold, hardened, and quiet. We seek warmth and light from within rather than from outside. And as we light our 3 chalices, one for this congregation, one for our partner church in Transylvania, and one for the children and youth, may we focus on these flames as beacons of light, because even as the daylight shortens around us and the darkness increases, we know that the light will return. The days will become more balanced. There will be days with more light and more energy to come. For now, the darkness allows us to look inward, to find a place of peace, and to allow this community to embrace us and care for us, one and all. And every Sunday during Advent, we've woven the light of the wreath in our worship life here at UUCS. Advent comes from the Latin verb adventire, which means to draw near. By lighting one more candle on our Advent wreath each week, we make the visible our spirit of waiting and of expectation. The first candle we lit in the name of hope, not just what we long for, but our trust for the best within us to rise and to grace the many endings and beginnings in our lives. We lit the second candle in the name of peace, the courage to soften and to cultivate our ability to stay present in difficult moments. We lit the third candle in the name of joy, the abiding faith that joy unfolds wherever we're able to enter and consent to the practice of opening to possibility. This morning, we light the fourth candle of our Advent wreath in the name of love, as an invitation for the holy to dwell within us, deepening our capacity to love and to be watchful of love's presence among us. May we open to the love that awaits us in the weeks to come. Let's sing these flames to life together.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Each week when we gather, we share in a time for all ages. And when we gather on the Sunday before Christmas, we have something special that occurs before we share together in a wisdom story. The Women's Alliance of this congregation makes Christmas ornaments every year to be given to all the children who would like to receive one. So if our Women's Alliance representatives would come to the tree this morning, and then if our children would like to come up, make a nice little line. You could bring your grown-ups with you if you want. You can come and have a special ornament to take home and hang up in your home today.
Everyone always wants to know the history of this. So this has been going on here for over 50 years. And I've been in the church just the 50 years. And my children had a collection. I'm not sure where they are now. I did have to throw out the ones that were made out of dough. Because after a few years, So we gather at our November meeting and we make an ornament every year of a different type. So that's the story behind the ornaments.
Once you've gotten an ornament, my friends want to come circle around and I'll tell you a story as well. All right, is that everyone who wants to come listen to the story as well? I can have everyone young at heart. No shame. All right. Circle around, my friends, and I will tell you a story about when the sun was born again. It was the middle of winter, and the sun had grown very old. All year long, the sun had worked very hard, rising and setting day after day. All year long, the sun had fed everybody on earth, shining and shining, giving energy to the trees and the flowers and the grasses so they could grow and feed the animals and birds and insects and people. All year, the sun's gravity held tight to the spinning ball of earth and the twirling ball of the moon and the 8 other whirling planets as they traveled around and around and around until the poor sun was dizzy watching it all. Now, the poor tired sun could barely make it up in the morning, and after a very short time needed to sleep again. So the days grew shorter, and the nights grew longer, until the day was so short it was hardly worth getting up for. True. And night felt sorry for the sun. "Come to my arms and rest, child," she said. "After all, I am your mother. You were born out of my darkness billions of years ago, and you will return to me when all things end. Let me cradle you now, as I shelter every galaxy and star in the universe." So night wrapped her great arms around the sun, and the night was very long indeed. "Why does the dark go on so long?" asked children all over the earth. "Won't the sun ever come back again?" "The sun is very tired," the old one said. "But maybe if you children say thank you for all the things the sun does for us, the light may return in the morning." The children sang songs to the sun. They thought about all the things the sun gave them. What do you think the children thanked the sun for, my friends? The morning and Brayden. Food, the morning. Do you have an idea? Games. I like playing games in the sun. "Thank you for growing the lettuces and the corn and the rice and the wheat," they said. "Thank you for growing the trees of the forests and the seaweed in the oceans and the krill that feeds the whales. Thank you for stirring the air and making winds that bring the rain." Every time a child said thank you, the sun began to feel a little warmer, a little brighter. Wrapped safely in the arms of night, the sun grew younger and younger. At last, the children had to go to bed. "We will stay up and wait for the sun to rise again," the old one said. "Can't we stay up too?" the children asked. "You can try, but you will get too sleepy," the old one said. "But you can each light a candle, because all fire is a spark of the sun's fire. Put your candle in a very safe place and let it keep vigil for you as you sleep and dream of sunrise." So the children lit their candles and put them in very safe places. And each flame was a little spark of the sun's fire. And the sun peeped out from between the arms of night and saw all the little fires and began to feel warmer and brighter and younger still. Early in the morning, the old ones woke the children. Together they climbed a high hill and faced to the east, the direction of sunrise. They sang songs to the sun and ran around trying to keep warm. They waited and waited to see what dawn would bring. The sky began to turn from black to indigo to blue. Slowly, the sky grew light. A golden glow crept over the horizon. Night opened her great arms, and in a burst of brightness, the sun appeared, new and strong and shining. For in the long night, the sun had rested well and grown young from the songs and the thanks of the children, young as a brand new baby born out of night once more. Everybody cheered, and the children jumped up and down. "The sun has returned. The sun is reborn," the people cried. And they danced and sang to celebrate the birth of a new day, and then went home for breakfast. Thank you, friends.
We make a love arch for everyone to travel through, and you can join in singing. There's no lanterns. Walk in love, wherever you walk in peace. Wherever you walk in beauty all around you. Our hearts go with you. Wherever you walk in love. Wherever you walk in peace. Wherever you walk in beauty all around you. Our hearts go with you.
The word solstice comes from Latin, sol meaning sun, and stitium meaning pause or stop. The sun seems to pause or stop its movement, especially at this time to our ancestors, our ancient ancestors. I ask you to pause for a few moments. Think about the year that has passed. It has been that long since we celebrated this season with family and friends. We were together in this place, joining hands and hearts, or in our homes with those we care about and we care for. Now, we face the challenge of a new year, a year searching for hope and justice, love and peace, and the real need for reforms and social justice. It can seem overwhelming. What went well for you this past year? We've all faced challenges, it is true, but if you look back, you may find some things that went well. In your heart and in your mind, name it and give thanks. What did not go so well in the past year? The challenges may have seemed mountainous at times, but if you look back, you can see where you were especially challenged. Acknowledge it. Name it. Let it go. What will you do differently in the coming year? There will be challenges, joys, sorrows, achievements. This night is long and darkness abounds, and even as rains fall, listen to the stillness, to the quiet between the raindrops, to the sounds of the season and music of hope. Take time to remember. Remember the buds on the trees replacing the flowers of spring on branches. Remember the gardens filling with growing, nourishing the summer tables. Remember berries and the bounties of fruits and vegetables. Remember the warmth of the summer sun. Remember the orange pumpkins and the reds and golds and browns of fall colors against a bright blue sky. Remember the rains, and chilly mornings. The season moves. And while remember the brightness of spring, the long days of summer, and the glories of autumns, we know the wheel of life continues to turn. And we rejoice in the returning light, even now as winter takes hold. Allow the challenge of darkness to give inspiration and reflection. Return the light of hope and love, the joy and peace to those you care for and care about. Remember and welcome back.
Good morning. Before we sing this, I just wanted to give a special thank you to Greg, and David for collaborating on this piece and for giving us the opportunity to share your gifts via us with everyone else. Yay. Okay. Christmas is a time for presents, gifts received and sent, the gleaming eyes of loved ones, of a neighbor, child, or friend. It's not the only season when the spirit of joy appears, as a joy that looks like laughter or a joy that looks like tears. Needn't be a Christian to know what Christmas means. It's not about the merchandise.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks, David. And thank you, singers. Good morning, I'm Ariane Kirkpatrick, and I am now wearing the stole that says I am honored to be one of your Lifeline's lay ministers. We have two joys to share today. The first joy is from Lorianne. What a shared blessing is family from near and far, biological, adopted, and chosen. And may we also feel the presence of those gone before us in death. And the second joy is from Debbie Cordes Weaver. She says, I am grateful to be learning how to be patient with my ill husband. Lesson for us all. And we finally light one last candle for all the joys and sorrows felt in the heart but unspoken today. Lifeline lay ministers are fellow members of this congregation who are here to help people in times of need. We are identified by our lavender stoles and badges. You can reach out to us by visiting the Lifeline's table in Hanneman Hall. Our contact information can also be found in the order of service.
You join with me in a moment of reflection, of prayer, of meditation, whatever is your practice. As we hold together what we have heard of joys, of blessing, of presence. Hold together what it is to live in this season of long nights, watching for the return of the light. Inside yourself, your soul, what do you find? What gifts are present for you in this season? What sunrises? What starlight? What lessons learned amidst trial? Imagine cupping those gifts in your hands. And as you return your attention to this room, carry forth at least one gift of this season. Bring it into your mind and your heart. Let us carry these gifts forth together. May it be so. And as you return your attention to this gathering, while remaining seated, you are invited to join in singing hymn number 55, Dark of Winter. It's in the gray hymnal, and it will be projected in our slides.
Ease my mind profoundly.
going to share two readings with you today from Quietly Wild by Alex Klingenberg. The first is On the Threshold of Winter. As we approach the longest night of the year, amid the noise and the warm chaos of the season, the hustle of planning, the smells of cooking, the joy and struggle of family, the grief of those no longer with us, I invite you to take this moment to listen. Heed the inner voice within yourself and let your soul catch up with your body. Don't forget to listen. We are miraculous, mysterious, breathing, singing, mean-making creatures of this earth. Don't forget to listen to each other. Listen to your inner voice and practice joy and awe as often as you can.
Recently, I saw someone asking on social media, isn't it odd how much busyness is expected of us in December? This almost frantic pace of preparing for and then celebrating various holidays when the earth itself is saying to us, slow down and rest. It is much too easy, especially in our current times, to focus on the short days in the way that they can make things feel hectic. The challenges of driving or otherwise getting around in gray early mornings and on dark afternoons. The atmospheric rivers of rain and their impacts. Harder, perhaps, with the way that electric light encourages us to push back the dark instead of asking what it is that the longest nights have to offer us. And it is often easiest for humans to resent or fear the darkness of those long nights. Patricia Montley writes, "A world without warmth, a world without light, it is what our ancient ancestors feared the most. Perhaps, as the first humans traveled farther and farther from their tropical homes, they noticed, with increasing anxiety, that days grew shorter and nights longer. As their food supply dwindled with the earth seemingly barren and many animals in hibernation, and as the temperature plummeted, perhaps so did their spirits. What if the light disappeared altogether? What if the sun abandoned them, leaving them to scrabble for existence in a cold, dark world?" And even now, I suspect that some of that anxiety may resonate with us. What if all that has sustained us comes to an end? What if all that was predictable goes away? So it makes some sense then that a variety of gods and heroes have been said to be born around the winter solstice. Montley lists Apollo, Attis, Baal, Dionysus, Helios, Hercules, Perseus, Theseus, Mithra, the Celtic god Bel, and, oh yes, also someone named Jesus. And also at this time of year, Amaterasu Omikama, who is claimed as the ancestor to many Japanese emperors, was not born, but, legend says, coaxed to emerge from her cave, as were the Cherokee sun, Unelenahui, Haima of the California Miwok people, Paivatar of Finland, and Bomang, the sun goddess of the Minyong people of India, each of whom had to be convinced to emerge from hiding and often from the seclusion of grief. I so appreciate the work of people like Starhawk and other pagan teachers whose story we heard this morning, who remind us that the longest night is also a time for resting and for dreaming, a time for calling back the sun as the wheel of the year turns and the days begin lengthening again, and a time for calling back our inner wisdom and our creativity. In our readings this morning, the poet Alex Klingenberg, who happens to also be a Unitarian Universalist minister and a friend of mine, reminded us that the solstice season is an important time for listening to the inner voice in each of us, to the wisdom of each other. It is an important time to find and to cultivate joy together. And that may not feel intuitive or easy. Or, for those of us who are feeling what is now often called the blue holiday spirit, it may feel impossible. It may be too easy to fall into a stillness not of contemplation, but of grief or of seasonal depression. There is a reason, I suspect, that along with all these birth stories that go with the solstice, there are also many stories of God's hiding away in grief. God's experiencing pain or shame or deep inertia until something happens to draw them out. These goddesses of legend across cultures are brought forth by causes as varied as the dancing and the music of young people, the power of poetry, or in one case, the startlement of a slingshotted stone. Not recommended. Or the sight of oneself in a mirror. The sun goddesses tend to come forth when they are, as Motley says, wooed out of hiding with music and dancing, singing and poetry, jeweled trees, bonfire, and laughter. And these same approaches seem to work on us, she says. I think she's right. These observations about the hiding away and what brings us forth, about the value of stillness and real presence, remind me of the words of Quaker author and teacher Parker Palmer about the human soul. He writes, "The soul is like a wild animal, tough, resilient, resourceful, savvy, and self-sufficient. It knows how to survive in hard places. I learned about these qualities during my bouts with depression. In that deadly darkness, the faculties I had always depended on collapsed. My intellect was useless, my emotions were dead, my will was impotent, my ego was shattered. But," he says, "from time to time, deep in the thickets of my inner wilderness, I could sense the presence of something that knew how to stay alive even when the rest of me wanted to die. That something was my tough and tenacious soul. Yet despite its toughness," Parker Palmer tells us, "the soul is also shy. Just like a wild animal, it seeks safety in the dense underbrush, especially when other people are around. If we want to see a wild animal, we know that the last thing we should do is go crashing through the woods, yelling for it to come out. But if we walk quietly through the woods, sit patiently at the base of a tree, breathe with the earth, and fade into our surroundings, the wild creature we seek might put in an appearance. We may see it only briefly and only out of the corner of an eye, but the sight is a gift we will always treasure as an end in itself. So perhaps, I think, winter solstice is a time for this kind of practice. All woven in with the celebrations and the parties. Perhaps winter solstice is our annual reminder to allow beauty, ritual, ceremony, and lights, and also longing and wistfulness to be opportunities that help us to glimpse those essential parts of ourselves. Whether or not the solstice is connected for you in your practice with rituals and ceremonies, it is also always an invitation to experience wonder. Each year around this time, I think about these words from a book called For Small Creatures Such as We, written by Sasha Sagan, who is Carl Sagan's daughter. She writes, "Long before my daughter, before we were married or even engaged, when my partner and I still danced around the idea of spending the rest of our lives together, we talked about the traditions we'd make for some future hypothetical child. Maybe at the stroke of midnight, on the longest night of the year, we imagined, we would slip into their room, gently wake them by whispering in their little ears, 'We have something wonderful, something epic and thrilling to tell you. Something so large and magnificent, no human being can stop it. Starting tomorrow, the days will start getting longer again. Slowly, the plants will bloom again. The sunshine will return. Summer is coming.' Then, with the aid of a diagram or a globe and a flashlight, we could teach them why this is so, how this miracle actually works. She says, we'd ask them to imagine the people in the southern hemisphere who are at this very moment enjoying the shortest night of the year in their summer. Tomorrow, their days will begin to shrink, their winter will slowly approach, and in 6 months we will have traded places. We dreamed of telling them. It's a system almost 5 billion years in the making. And then a feast and presents. Because what is more exciting when you're a kid than getting to be up late at night with your parents? It's not a bad ritual. So whatever stories resonate with you, whatever rituals you share, however you mark this season, I hope that tonight you will open your mind and your heart to the improbable gift of simply being alive, being capable of dreaming and wondering. And if this season finds your spirit hiding away in a metaphorical cave, or torpid with slumber, or weighted with grief, I hope you will hold the possibility that you will emerge again in your own time, just as the motion of life will return to the earth which holds us. I offer you this morning prayer for the shortest day and the longest night from Tess Ward's book, The Celtic Wheel of the Year. From the rising of the midwinter sun to its setting, scatter the darkness with the light of your love, O shining one. Make me short on mean thoughts, long on offering words of comfort. Make me short on being driven, long on paying attention. Make me short on focusing only on my own, long on looking beyond. Make me short on obsessive lists, long on acts of kindness. Make me short on mindless activity and long on time to reflect. Make me short on tradition as habit, long on rediscovery and re-owning. Make me short on rushing and tiring, long on walking and wondering. Make me short on guilt, long on being merciful to myself. Make me short on being overwhelmed and long on peaceableness as I set forth this day. On this short day, may it be so for each of us. Amen, and blessed be.
As a community and as a congregation, we join together to give back to this place, to our friends, and to each other. Every UU congregation is self-supporting and needs the work of many hands, feet, minds, and hearts to do the work that needs doing. There are so many ways and so many people who come together to make this place a reality. Your pledges of time and money sustain and grow this beautiful, resourceful place. We work to spread joy, peace, love, and hope with donations to the wider community by providing non-perishable foods for the Marion Pope Food Shares Little Red Wagon. We support local organizations, especially at this time of the year, with giving trees. And every month, we share our offering with an organization that reflects our principles and values. For December, our recipient is the Interfaith Movement for Immigrant Justice. This important organization helps faith communities to advance immigrant justice through direct accompaniment of immigrants facing detention and deportation, policy advocacy at local, state, and national levels. Please give what you can by placing donations, cash, or checks made out to UUCS in the bags. You may donate online by clicking on the donate button on the homepage. However you give, whatever you give, we are deeply grateful for all you do and every way you contribute. Thank you. Please join me in saying our words for giving thanks. They are printed in the order of service or displayed here. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our many gifts, including these offerings. And we bring the social justice lantern forward to light its flame from our community chalice, to give strength to our promises of seeking hope and justice, of giving and receiving love, and our commitment to doing what we can for our communities and our world. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. No dropping the social justice lantern.
And as the flames of our chalices are released, even if the earth is cold and hard, even if the ground is soaked from rain or covered with snow, even if the sun is low in the sky and the winds blow harsh at times, there is hope. Hold each other in the memory of the flame and the life it offers to each of us. We are all a part of the flame just as much as we are a part of the darkness. If we embrace both, we can remember that even as we bid the light from the flames farewell, we do not extinguish the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of our commitments. These we carry with us always and will remain in our hearts until we meet again. We have a compassionate connection today. Each month we offer a time to come together for those who may seek a deeper connection with others. If you would like to join me for our compassionate connection today, please come to the front of the sanctuary after the service, and we'll go to the green room to listen, to hope, and to give a deeper level of support for each other. Thank you.
And in full recognition of the irony of having just urged you to cultivate stillness and rest, I'm about to give you a litany of invitations for things you could choose to be part of in the next few days. Our Women's Alliance holds an annual holiday bazaar. The bulk of it was last Sunday, but there are still items for sale in the fellowship hall this Sunday. Cash or check only, please. There is a solstice ritual tonight offered by the Trillium Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans. That is at 7 p.m. Arianen will be there along with many others. As Jen is waving, Jen will be there. All are welcome to come and take part in that ritual tonight. On Christmas Eve, we're having 2 services this year. At 4:30, there will be a family service. Everyone is welcome. You do not need to bring a young child with you to be allowed to attend. But the service will be geared at those who are wiggliest during worship. And then at 7:30 p.m., there will be our traditional candlelight Christmas Eve service. Our choir will sing. That will be, as always, a chance to gather and to have a Christmas Eve like those that have come before. And finally, a look ahead to January. Our Lifelines Lay Ministry is sponsoring 2 workshops, one on January 4th and one on January 11th. If you are feeling inspired in the new calendar year to get some things organized or to get some questions answered, first, on January 4th, there will be a workshop on facing choices at end of life. The speakers will be Margaret Gregg and Eric Schumann, who will talk about hospice care, Oregon's death with dignity law, and other related topics. And then on January 11th, a lawyer who specializes in estate planning will come to discuss planning for incapacity and end of life, topics like advanced directives for healthcare, wills, trusts, charitable giving. The title of this 2-part series is Matters of Life and Death, It's Never Too Soon to Plan. Individuals from ages 18 to over 100 are invited and encouraged to attend. So as you begin to think about what happens in 2026, which I know is coming really soon, know that those 2 Sunday offerings will be available to you, along with many other things, because we are a busy and a thriving congregation. You are welcome to join in anything that you can find printed in the order of service. And now I want to invite you to rise in body or in spirit to sing one more time. We're going to sing number 235, Deck the Hall with Boughs of Holly. And it's important that I tell you that, as my friend and colleague Mark David Buckles, a Unitarian Universalist music director, says, the fa-la-la-la-las are traditionally observed as a dance break. So boogie in whatever way is right for you.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, la 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 la.
That was amazing. We're going to have a dance break every year.
And while you remain risen, please, I invite you to join me in our closing words. They are printed in the order of service and projected behind me. May faith in the spirit of life, hope for the community of earth, and love for the sacred in one another be ours now and in all the days to come. Blessed be. Very nice. Yes, it was good. Yes, it was. And I hope some folks who maybe didn't know about tonight are now. We got a lot of visitors.